when you try everything, you work hard, you pray, you do all the things they tell you to do, and it seems like it just don't work, right? Well, the thing about it is that have you ever got to go deep with yourself? Sometimes yourself is crying out. Like, look, you're doing all this, but you ain't paying attention to what I want. You know, let's talk about that. Let's talk about sometimes that deep work is we try to neglect it. We try to work around it. We try not to really look inside and what we feel like what's really needed. And what's really needed is that attention, that hunger that you don't want to fail at. That hunger that you feel like if I try that, it ain't gonna work. That hunger to change your whole situation is you. We all afraid of failure. We all are. I mean, I'm not gonna sit up and tell you, and I'm not afraid of failure. Well, I'm afraid of not doing it. You know what I mean? That's what I'm afraid of. Once I got to know me, I was afraid of not letting me down. That's why I don't do this. I don't come on here for you. This is the dark time. This is the time that makes everything good in my life because this is the time I get to use every tool that's inside of me and be able to say, you know something? Go back to that video. It'll tell you all about it. Because everybody don't understand that greatness don't come just because you want to be great. It comes in the dark time. It come in that work where it ain't nobody to clap you, to pat you on your back. It ain't nobody to say, oh, you do a good job. It's the part when you know you're doing the work that you need to do. It's the work you know that you keep showing up when there is nobody there. It's the part that when you look at every great person, if you study every person that did something great in their life, you probably look at it was so good. Look. That's the byproduct. That's the byproduct. That's the product that nobody's seen all the failures they had up until that point. See, being blocked is the blessing. Being blocked is the grit. Being blocked is that part where you get to go inside and you get to pull out the greatest version of you. Because the only way you get to the greatest version of you is not being afraid of being the greatest version of yourself. See, everybody wants success. Everybody wants to be that great husband, that great father, that great whatever you want to be. But are you mimicking somebody else? Are you becoming the best version of you? See, the best version you ain't got no mimics. It's authentic. It's raw. It's uncut. And it gets better the more you go with it. You know, I read different books because I'm an avid reader. I'm an avid do as I'm saying. I say this. I really do it. You know, I study great people. I study how they failed and how they didn't stop. You know, when you just look at everybody that you probably watch, you probably looking at they now story, but what do that dark picture look like? Because no matter what you want in life, you is not gonna be instantly successful. If you do, you probably ain't gonna appreciate. You know, that's gonna be the number one thing. Do you really appreciate what you have anyway? What your gratitude list look like? What do a lot of things in your life mimic or maybe don't mimic? Maybe you need to mimic. Maybe that's it. You know, that's I don't mimic. What I do is I read. I go deep within myself. I realize that okay, I don't show up. I say something, but I don't finish it. I don't complete it. So now I'm on showing up every day. I'm on set the time and being there on time. I'm doing every single day because I know it ain't about when somebody watching. It's about when ain't nobody watching. See, you think that oh man, you know it sound good, sounding good, and doing the action and putting in the work. That's where it all boils down to putting in the work. If you ain't willing to put in the work, then you will never see the greatest outcome. Because You can watch, you can go do all of these things, but if you not putting in the action, even even after you fail, you can look at, okay, this is what I messed up at. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do different. And that's what you have to do. You have to look, no matter what it is, mentally, spiritually, whatever you are not getting the outcome that you want, it's because the input that you put in, and that's gonna bring your output. That's just like if you go and you be like Chat GPT don't work, or any of the AIs don't work, or it's too hard. Well, you got to stay in it. But I can tell you this: the mental work is where the real work is at. Because once you master yourself, everything else is gonna be byproducts of it. Because once you can get okay with you to the fullest content of it and grow to that next level, that's mastering your subconscious mind, becoming a creator, becoming that person you was meant to be, and that's just incremental work. That's just little daily routine. I'ma get better every single day. I'ma get better the more I show up. And that's what the dark time does. It makes you better. It makes you that much stronger because it's letting you know, look, it don't matter if you cheerleading. It don't matter if you show up or not. I'ma show up. And that's what you have to do in the dark times. That's what you got to do for yourself. I'm just a reminder of what you got to do for you. Because I'm not telling you something that you got to do. I'm doing it. See, that's the difference of a person that speaks it and a person that does. You know, a person that can say, okay, you if you do this, just the outcome you gonna get. But you can go buy a quick fix. But if your mindset ain't done the deep work, the quick outcome ain't gonna happen. It's not. Even if you get given all the things you need, you might still be at a block within self to take it to that next level. You always gonna have to do the deep work. You can try to escape it. You can put pills on it. You can do all of that, but the only thing you're doing is locking yourself into another situation. When I say the block is your soul block from receiving, I mean that because if you're not showing up for you, if you're not doing the work for you, you're gonna stay blocked. That's why the pharmaceutical market is flooded. That's why mental health is on the rise because nobody really want to deal with themselves. I mean, that's why, you get a lot of these social media platforms and everybody busy because they too busy wanting to not deal with themselves. It's perfectly fine if you look. Everybody that's successful, they took out that time. They went into what they call that cave, that me time, that me self, and come out a better person. That's what it's really gonna take. And a lot of people don't want to do that, but only the chosen can do that. That's who I'm really talking to. If you chosen, you locked in, lock in. You know what I'm saying? This video gonna reach somebody that need it. And I hope you really, really lock in. I hope you really, really say, you know something, man, I'm gonna go pick up that resilient reset that's in the description. I'm really gonna try that. I'm really gonna start to apply something different in my life because if you don't unlock yourself mentally, you will always be a slave to somebody else. Because if you don't want to master you, somebody is wanting to master you because you are the product. You are your own will system, but you got to believe that. You got to say, guess what? I'm going to step into me. I'm going to step into the best version of myself. This is going to be my year. I step into the best version of me. Because the best version of you is so good for everybody else. But are you going to really step into that moment and own it? Step into them rooms and own it. Because that's the thing about it. You know what I mean? You can talk a good game. But on the other end of it is the truth. You know who you are. See, I've been through that. Like showing up and being like, yeah, but never did the deep work. I started things never completed. Why? Because I wasn't complete. I wasn't complete. See, everything I do today is a completion of what I need to be and what I need to do. And I continue to show up. And I'm going to continue to show up. 7:30 every single day. Why? Because I'm doing it until it does what it's supposed to do. And when it does, I'm going to be where I'm supposed to be. Are you going to be where you're supposed to be at? Are you going to keep being, I'm 2026 going to be my best year. 2027 going to be my best year. become the best you. So when that year show up, when you really show up, you gonna show out, and they gonna think that, oh, where came out of nowhere. No, you came out the dark into the light. See, the you can't, a real light can't stay in the dark. Remember that. Nobody that was great stayed in the dark, but they had to grow in the dark to come into the light. You know what I mean? Understand that. It might have been a little deep for you, but deep conversations is what I'm here for. I want you to be the best you. All I want, you to become the best version of yourself. Do you want that for you? Until tomorrow, God love you and I love you. Keep tuning in.